This podcast is sponsored by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. Right now, you can get 20% off your whole project, and additional savings are yours to control too. Like how the more windows you buy, the more you save, with up to $250 off each when you buy 10 or more. That's right, each. At $0 down, 0 payments, and no interest for 18 months to boot. Visit renewalbyandersen.com before this deal ends at the end of July. Cop patrols will be expanded in downtown Pittsburgh. Meanwhile, 3 Mile Island may have an active nuclear reactor once again. Another college is closing, and a great-grandma just won $5 million. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and you're listening to Today in PA. Public safety officials have noted, quote, an uptick in crime and disorderly activity, unquote, in downtown Pittsburgh, reports Pittsburgh's Action News 4, which is why they've announced this week their intention to expand police patrols in that area. This expansion involves additional support from Canine, Cycle Unit, and Violence Prevention Unit officers who will focus on specific areas and issues of concern that have been brought up for quite some time. While officials haven't given an official start date to this expansion, they did say it'll be implemented in the coming weeks. One of the nuclear reactors at 3 Mile Island in Dauphin County, which remains to be a point of debate with regards to nuclear energy after it suffered a partial meltdown in 1979, may get started up again, reports Philly Voice. The state governor's office and lawmakers are purportedly in conversation with energy provider Constellation Energy, a spinoff of Exelon, to get the unit up and running once more. Since an unnamed source gave this information to Reuters originally, it seems like not a lot of information is available, and the Shapiro administration declined to confirm these conversations this week, although they did reaffirm the governor's commitment to updating Pennsylvania's energy portfolio standards. Constellation Energy couldn't immediately be reached for comment. Clark-Summit University in Lackawanna County is closing its doors as of July 1st, states PennLive, and it's the 4th college in Pennsylvania to do so this year. The university cites financial difficulties as the reason it's closing and has confirmed that it has agreements with other schools to accept all credits earned there, with some conditions, so students can continue on their original timeline in getting their degrees. Donna Osborne was on her way to see family in Florida after she just finished radiation treatment for breast cancer when her flight got repeatedly delayed, starts PennLive. What else is new? But for Donna, her flight got delayed so many times, the great-grandmother decided to just go home to Lancaster County. On the way back, probably as a pick-me-up, she purchased a $50 scratch-off. And it proved to be $50 well spent. Donna ended up winning $5 million from that scratch-off, and does admit that if her flight wasn't delayed, she probably would have never bought that ticket in the first place. She's gonna eventually treat herself to a trip to Alaska, but will stay in her job providing transportation for the Amish. That wraps up today's episode. For even more Pennsylvania news and beyond, pay a visit to PennLive.com. Also, please don't forget to leave this podcast a rating and to share it around with people you think would like it too. Thanks ahead of time, and as always, thanks for listening. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and I'll be back again tomorrow for some more Today in PA. This podcast is sponsored by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. Right now, you can get 20% off your whole project, and additional savings are yours to control too. Like how the more windows you buy, the more you save, with up to $250 off each when you buy 10 or more. That's right, each. At $0 down, 0 payments, and no interest for 18 months to boot. Visit renewalbyandersen.com before this deal ends at the end of July.